Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Virgo. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to the week starting April 5th, 2021. And just a quick heads up for all y'all out there. You know, if you're on my Patreon as a supporter, thank you very much, by the way. The bonus weekly astrology report will be up here at the end of this night, Saturday night. So stay tuned for that. And remember, we are doing double passes with our readings for the weeklies. And so, you know, we're looking at two themes, or possibly two events that are going to be occurring this week. Now, when it comes to the astrology for this week, we actually have an aspect that is just kicking up, just started a couple hours ago, a bit of a shift that is going to be with us for the next 2.5 to 3 weeks. And that is Mercury. Your ruler recently moved into Aries, the planet of communications, haste, speed, and intelligence, moving into your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy and self-generated income. And for the next 2.5 to 3 weeks, you're going to be noticing that when it comes to money outside of your normal hourly or salaried income, or for those of you running maybe a side hustle or self-employed, all of that is really going to start picking up the pace when it comes to becoming more abundant. And you're going to start noticing that that's stacking up and adding up really, really quickly. This is also a time where you're going to notice that those of you who are actually looking to maybe make a short-term or a long-term trend shift financially, even with things that you want to monetize for a little while, whether it's a hobby or something that you've been looking to sell, or maybe something you wanted to change when it comes to a joint finance arrangement. During this time, this is the fastest window of the year for you to actually implement those changes, or at least to get the groundwork in, because once we start working with that energy, even when Mercury moves on, that's already set. And that, you know, that life cycle is already moving at the pace we set it at. That's why when it comes to astrology, we don't just sit and pray to the planets and wait for them to do things for us. We take advantage of these windows and we watch it go to work when we do the work. And this is also a time where a lot of you who are, curious about the intimate side of things, the romantic side of things, are also going to be finding partners, being a lot more experimental, a lot more inventive, and a lot more adventurous. So let's go on to the cards. When it comes to your spiritual themes, you have the Knight of Wands reversed and the Queen of Cups upright. This week, with the Knight of Wands reversed, a lot of you Virgo people, I feel, I'm getting from this Knight of Wands reversed that there is going to be, I think, a call to action when it comes to making some big shifts in your life where certain maybe paths, certain connections, or even certain undertakings have lost their way. With the Knight of Wands reversed, you know, it could be a call to do some serious reform work and revision work, especially where it feels like something has come down a wrong road and is continuing to proceed down wrong road. Now, you may have some serious talks with people over the course of this week. You know, you might have to sit down a coworker and be like, we got to redo how we divide up this work. You might have to take your girlfriend, sit down and be like, look, we have got to do something about the way we treat each other. This is the kind of energy where I feel a very strong fed-upness going on. And with the Knight of Wands reversed, you're going to have to be okay with, yes, sharing openly, but also at the same time honoring what comes forward. If people are not inclined to grow and people are not inclined to change at this point in time, you got to leave them at the situation that they're at. maybe not necessarily leave them, but also understand that you got to take back the maybe over generous investment you may have made in that situation so you can put it where it belongs. Again, we are putting everything back where it is fair and doing its best because something has come down a road that has gone too far. And with the Knight of Wands reversed, it's kind of lost its way. If we can't get it back on its way, we can get on our way. We also have the Queen of Cups upright, which is, of course, all about not only the healing and the restoration of, balance, equanimity, and also closeness in all areas of our life, but also the restoration of a lot of resources, a lot of connections that maybe we have done without. I'm actually seeing the Queen of Cups upright coming to fill a lot of cracks and holes that may have been put in a lot of plans, a lot of passions in your life. And with the Queen of Cups, you may also be finding that a lot of relationships, a lot of maybe deep passion projects themselves are also becoming a lot more supportive, a lot more generous in what they give to you. Maybe not so much the Knight of Wands reverse type stuff, but maybe this is a call to start putting our energy where the sincerity is, as opposed to maybe trying to make the insincere or that which has gone down a wrong road start, maybe getting itself together and getting its act together. Sometimes if it won't get its act together, then we got to just take our act elsewhere. But the Queen of Cups upright is going to show us exactly where that is. As we get on to your material priorities, your work, your job, your finances, possibly even, yes, your living situation as it relates to practical affairs, you do have the Chariot card reversed and the Five of Pentacles upright. Now, with the Chariot card reversed, I am seeing that this week is going to be incredibly busy, but you are going to find that a lot of it just is starting to become a bit of a tax. Something about a certain project, a new role, a new task that you've taken on is, yes, profiting you. It is paying out, but you are just not finding enough time in the day to get everything that you need to get done. With the Chariot card reversed, you need to pay attention to where you might be trying to get too much done at once, or where there may be others that are not respecting the fact that you have a life and you have a lot on your plate already. Sometimes with the Chariot card reversed, we do need to address where we might be getting taken advantage of, especially when it comes to situations where people are aware of our boundaries. We've said it 1,000 times, and yet they continue taking advantage of them and saying, I'm not taking advantage, or I don't want to take advantage. The line must be drawn here. With the Chariot card reversed, I am seeing as well, you may be finding that you are not necessarily equipped to keep up with certain demands this week, and you may have to start, again, making some shifts so that just as far as the labor and time investment is concerned, you can keep up. And this isn't a knock on you. Now, with the Five of Pentacles upright, I am seeing there may also be an unexpected expense or unexpected loss that is incurred this week that you are going to also maybe want to tighten your belt in preparation for. This may not necessarily be a financial loss. This could just as easily be a loss of a resource, or a loss of time, or a loss of personnel. Some of you who own businesses, if you are bosses, managers, or business owners, may find that somebody is putting in their 2 weeks, or you have to fire somebody this week. Some of you may be also taking time away from a certain business partnership and feeling that brunt of all that extra labor. With this unexpected loss, however, I do feel that a lot of you Virgo people are going to want to make sure that you simplify ahead of time and don't put yourself in a position where you're strapped for any resources at the end of the week. As we get on to your communications with friends, relatives, other people in your life, again, the guys, the girls, your platonic support system, family, You do have the Five of Cups reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And with the Five of Cups reversed, I'm actually seeing something being given to you, something either given back to you or brought back to you. It may not necessarily be something that you lost. It could be a replacement or a copy of something that used to belong to you that belongs with you now, or maybe even the recovery of a friendship or the healing of a relationship, or maybe the healing of a hole in your life by bringing back a friend or bringing in somebody new that actually does fill the role of somebody in your life that you lost in your life. It could go either way. It could be exactly that person, or somebody who basically is that person only, of course, themselves in a more in the now, up to date way. We also have the Knight of Pentacles reversed, which is indicating that, again, speaking of a lot of work, a lot of busyness, a lot of craziness, we do have some pretty interesting news showing up here when it comes to either a friend or a relative that seems to have actually hit an interesting stride in their own work life, their financial life, their creative life. And they are trying to recruit you to assist them with something that they've got going on that could promise to bring big bucks, but they are going about doing it the hard way. And what they have put on the table for you is ultimately something that's going to ask a lot more of you than you can give right now. With the Knight of Pentacles reversed, it's not something you have to full on turn down. You just want to make sure, again, you're not getting taken advantage of, and that you're not setting yourself up to have a really crappy week. As we get on to your challenges this week, you do have the Nine of Cups reversed and the Temperance card upright. And with the Nine of Cups reversed, I am seeing a lot of you Virgo people needing to understand where you have a lot more power and a lot more say and a lot more control than you may actually let yourself have. Because the Nine of Cups reverse is basically, hey, take responsibility and ownership for how you express your wishes, how you make your wishes, right? I used to say this a lot for this card, and I'm bringing it back right now. The Nine of Cups reversed, it's the monkey's paw, right? It's the genie in the bottle. How you make the wish matters. And some people suck at making wishes. We Virgos need to own where we need to learn how to do that well and do it right. Because with the Nine of Cups reversed, there is an opportunity to actually turn a lot of what we've talked about around. People have maybe been following our orders, doing what we say, going along with our plans and ideas, and in some cases, we may be responsible for giving bad directions, being too vague and immature. With the Nine of Cups reversed, we have an opportunity to change that, and we are challenged to do so. As we get onto the Temperance card upright, another challenge you may have to deal with is pacing this week. Because the Temperance card is indicating that this week could actually go incredibly well, especially when it comes to setting a new, easy, as well as profitable flow to a lot of your practical affairs and taking care of your own health. But with the challenge with the Temperance card is indicating you may accidentally let too much of your environment and too much what comes to you dictate what is going on. If people are maybe rushing you, again, taking more of your time, taking advantage of you, or maybe with the Temperance card as a challenge, it could be that you are allowing yourself to get taken advantage of. You've got to bring things back under your control so that things become even Stevens once again. As we get onto your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you do have the Tower card reversed and the Five of Swords reversed. And there may be some news with the Tower card reversed with regards to a partner, or maybe even somebody new, about a really big event that seems to be kind of, breaking apart a big piece of their world this week. Now, the Tower card reverse is indicating this really does not apply to you. This isn't happening to you. You are a bystander. You are watching this happen, right? It could be happening to them, but because it's reversed, it could more than likely be happening to like their social group or their family, something going on in the job. And with the Tower card reversed, it is something that is going to, kind of shake this connection, this relationship for now. I don't see this necessarily having to be the end of anything, but you are going to want to treat this week very tenderly. For the Five of Swords reversed, I am also, going back to that Tower card reversed, also for those who are new in your life or people that you're meeting this life, they may be going through this as you meet them, or it shows up just after you first meet them. So again, tread lightly. With the Five of Swords reversed, however, I'm also seeing that there is a lot of healing going on with relationships this week, especially when it comes to mending up areas of controversy or areas where there have been consistent power struggles or even old grudges in your romantic life. So it's a very nuanced week. Be in your spiritual maturity and appreciate the nuance. So that's what I've got for you, Virgo. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, you go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.